Hello and welcome to Journaling with Maggie. This is Maggie. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day, a blessed day, and enjoying your crafting or whatever you may be doing. We're going to make a piece, at least one piece of ephemera for our little Childish Memories journal. Today I started this video and actually taped a lot of it, but I didn't, I had some problems, so I decided, I'm just going to start it over again. Like everything else, things can be fixed or redone, whatever. So we're going to make this piece today. I have made one. It's not quite completed, but it's a, it can be a tag, it can be a journaling card, it can be really whatever you want it to be. But inside is some hidden journaling space. And this is the little tablet that I made to put inside of it. I made this off camera. I think we've got about 6 pages. I really didn't do any embellishments with it. I just put a little stamp on each page. So let's go ahead and get started. And what we're going to do with this is just cut it down to 8 inches. Our pages are 8.5 inches, so this could easily be 8 inches tall without any problems. So 8 inches. Now this piece, I was inspired by ink paper art. Her name is Kate. She has a wonderful channel, and if you haven't watched her, you really should. She started on the first of the year a daily, 365 days a year, piece of ephemera that you can make for your junk journals. I've gotten some really good ideas from her and learned a lot from her. So like I said, if you haven't watched her, you really need to. Again, it's inked, I-N-K-E-D, paper art. And she also has an Etsy shop and by the same name, and her name is Kate. Okay, so let's just get going here. So we took that 12 by 12 paper, we cut it down to 8 inches, and now we're just going to fold it. Well, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to cut it down to 6 inches. I'm going to cut it down to 8 inches. So basically what we have is an 8-inch square, which would be perfect for your 8 by 8 paper pads. Okay, so I take that off, set that aside, set my trimmer out of the way. Okay, and then we're just going to fold this in half. And we will decorate this. I'm not sure if I'll do it today because I really don't want my videos to be too long. And since I'm new at it, I'm slow. I'm not used to talking and working at the same time. I'm used to being alone and just doing it pretty much in silence. So what we're going to do here is first I'm going to round my corners. I love the look of rounded corners. I used to round the corners on all my journal pages, but as a time saver, I stopped doing that. And my journals are no worse for wear for not doing it with rounded corners, but that was quite time consuming. So now we've got this like this. And what we're going to do now, in Kate's video, she she showed gluing this all around and gluing the whole thing shut like that. You want to keep the inside as open as possible. And, but she did show it like this, glued all the way around. But like I said, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm only going to glue it on 2 sides. This works perfect for any digital that you may have printed out, or a particular piece of background paper that you really enjoy. It's the you know, 8.5 by 11 is really the perfect size. This paper I just had in my stash, and I pulled it out because it was pink and had the flower on it. Okay. I think I just lost the correct pin. Here it is. That goes in there. I'm really bad. I've tried so hard to get better this year about putting things back where they belong. And it's hard to find the right place to put these glue pins in to, where they won't get lost in the mayhem. So there we go, back in its proper place. Okay, so we now have this glued together, and we're going to take and cut about 2 inches off the top. And what's really cool about this piece is that if you do decorate it in advance, or you have a design on your paper, when you do this, you can almost create an optical illusion, because the cut piece is kind of hard to see. So just put it like this. Now we have this piece and this little piece right here. Okay, now since I already had my little paper pad made, I want to make sure that it fits down into here the way it's supposed to. And it does, it comes in and out easily. I want to try to get it centered. I think really the most difficult part about making this piece is making sure that it's centered. I made similar ones to these for another journal that I saw with a different creator. I think it was Kathy from Kathy's Garden, but I'm not absolutely certain. But mine were smaller. They really were just little tags, and had like 1 piece of writing paper, and there wasn't a lot to them, but they were very cute, and they did kind of give an optical illusion. So in this case, what I'm going to do is, I've got it nicely centered. I'm just going to take my glue, and this may be easier said than done, but we'll see. I'm going to glue here. I'm going to get some glue down here on the paper, behind the paper. I'll make sure this is still lined up, and then we'll just give it a good rub down. I'm sure the glue's going to stick. We may need to put some more glue in there, but we'll see. And there you go. Now, when I'm ready to decorate this, I'll probably decorate. I could even put a little piece of lace across here, and you could put it in your journal in a pocket. You could glue it to a page like this. You could paper clip it to a page. What I'll probably do is put it in a pocket, or clip it to a page. I'll probably leave the back side undecorated so that whoever has this journal can then journal on the back. Then they can pull out this little paper pad, and they have, I think I put 6 pieces of paper here. You can use any paper that you want to use, decorated paper, book pages, music paper, whatever suits your fancy. So that's the first piece, and I really enjoy it. I'm probably going to incorporate these in all of my journals. And like I said, the only thing that I did off camera was make the paper pad. And you know, I did trim it down at the top because the other one I tried to make, it just didn't quite, it wouldn't get centered. It was just a little bit too wide, I think. So this one worked out better. Anyway, there you go. So that's one. Now this other one, what do we do with paper? I had another piece of paper here that I wanted to use for this. Well, I can use these right here. They are in the color scheme that I want. I think I'll use these too. Now with this one, this is this little folio here. I made it with double-sided paper in this case, and it was very easy to make. It may take a little bit longer than the first one, but when this is complete, it will need to be, it will need to have some paper put in different spots to cover up the white. If you don't like the white, I prefer to cover it. Some people just don't mind it at all. So you do what you prefer and what you like best. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is cut this paper down to 10 by 6. And the second piece will be 7 by 6. But let's do the first one first. This is directional, so I have to be a little careful. I am going to cut the, because this did not print without, my printer does print without border, but on some paper, background paper that I download from Etsy, it doesn't always do that. This is a pretty set of papers, though, that I got from Etsy. I think there were 18 designs, and I think they were called Shabby Pink Papers. And I do have the name of the creator. If you're interested in them, I can get that out and tell you what it was. Okay, so those are all trimmed off. So first we want to trim this to 6 inches because it's going to be 6 inches tall. And well, maybe this isn't directional. I guess it really isn't. It doesn't matter. So we're going to trim this like this, down to 6 inches. We can save the offcuts for a pocket or a belly band or something else. Okay, so this is going to be our outside piece of this little folio. Now it looks like maybe I need a new blade in my trimmer. Okay, so then this piece I'm going to use will be part of the inside piece. This one is not directional either. I am going to cut the edges off though, just so that they're not showing. If you're watching, please leave a comment. It doesn't have to be a long comment. If you just tell me your name and where you're watching me from, that would be so interesting to me. I am in Houston, Texas, and yes, I have a sweater on, and no, it is not cold here. But my room is upstairs, and sometimes when the air conditioner is on, it gets a little, it can get a little chilly. Okay, so now both of these are, and this one needs to be 7 by 6. So it's going to be 7 inches long. And 6 inches tall. Now all the ones that I've made so far have been with double-sided paper. So hopefully this will go the way that I want it to. And we want to score this at I think 4 and 8. And you know, I have determined, at least for me, and this is probably strictly user error, but not all scoreboards are created equal. And I have made some pieces where the scoring really makes a difference when you put it together. This one can have a little bit of wiggle room, but I was sadly disappointed when in other cases they just did not, the numbers just didn't work out right. So I did get myself a new scoreboard. It's one of the big ones, and so far I really like it. I'm using this one because it's small. The measurements on here are not quite as important as they would be. So I'm just going to score this one just a smidge over 4 inches. So this is going to come together like this. Like this one, this will be your, okay. Now this piece here, we're going to score at 4 and, well, we just need to score it at 4 inches. I might score it just shy of 4. So I don't have any impingement on my folds. Okay. Now this piece is going to go inside of here. This will create a pocket, and this will create a page. So this piece, both of these pieces, and back here will need to be covered. So you know what I think I'm going to do? This is not real heavy cardstock. So I think I'm just going to take another piece of cardstock and cut that to this size, and then we'll be all set. So this is another piece of paper from that same kit. They're so pretty and so delicate. And they're not in your face bright pink. They're just a soft, the designs are soft and feminine, which I thought would go good with this little girly journal. And would soften up the grunginess a little bit. I mean, grungy is fine. It's very, oh, how can I describe it? It's very interesting. And I have done some grungy, but I I don't do as much as a lot of providers do, a lot of creators do, and boy, let me tell you, the creators that do it regularly do such a beautiful job. I just am always so impressed with other people's works. I myself am really not an artist. I do enjoy making pretty things. I never really had done much in paper crafts when I was younger, maybe a little bit. And then through my working years, I didn't really have time for anything. I'm a retired nurse, and I didn't have time for a lot of crafting or anything like that. But I did sew, and so paper crafts are new to me. This is a new form of art. I consider it a form of art. So while I may gain inspiration from other creators, and I'll give them credit whenever I can, I enjoy remaking it my way. And like this piece here that we're working on right now, I believe this was inspired by Kathy's Garden, Kathy from Kathy's Garden. I could be wrong though, and I think it was originally made with envelopes, but I took it in a different direction because I felt they were just too bulky, too thick for my journals, and I've been trying to not make them so big. My journals always would turn out so fat. I mean, really alligator mouth. And so I've been trying to find ways to keep things a little bit more streamlined if possible. So, this they need to be, I don't know what I'm doing over here at 9. This needs to be 10. And we can save this little strip. 10 by 6. And I did not cut that straight, so we'll fix it. Let's square this up. I do love this trimmer. I really do. I love the fact, one of the main things I love about it is that it's got this little wire and you always know where your line is going to be cut. I need all the help I can get along those lines. Alright, so now we're going to glue these two pieces together. And I have a mind to use, why am I short here? Well, that's okay, because this is the flap, and I can put another little piece there or something else, so I'm not going to cut another piece. Anyway, I have a mind to use glue stick, but I don't think I will because this will be open and closed a lot. I love glue stick, but sometimes I don't trust it for some things because I'm afraid it's going to dry out and then come apart. So if it's just something I'm putting down and it's just going to be on a page or whatever, I don't worry too much about it. But when it's something that's going to be open and closed and so forth, I don't want to take the chance that it might pop apart. So we are going to use some, this is my PVC glue. I have another little bottle just like it. That's Elmer's glue, and I do tend to go between them. I like, I've had really good luck with the Elmer's glue, and I enjoy using it. And I find the PVC glue to be about the same. I don't really see a lot of differences in them, if any. I can't rightly say I see any differences. So it'd be nice to know where y'all are from, whoever may be watching. I hope that you'll stay around and give me a like and subscribe. I'm very, very new at this. This is just my third video, and believe me, I have learned a lot just in the last few days. I continue to plan to put a video up every day if I can, barring doctor's appointments or any other commitment that might come up, because I craft every day. I work on my journals every day, in one form or another, either getting things ready for a journal or you know, just pulling my pieces out, whatever it requires. I'm going to score this one again, in the same spot. So now we got 2 pieces going. So now that I've backed this with another piece of paper, I won't have to cover the white, which I like. And can't see my score line. And I hope this is enough to go all the way through. I could even cut that off there. It doesn't need to be that wide. Yeah, I could easily cut that off. Okay, we'll worry about that a little bit. All right, so this piece is going to go in here, and it's going to be glued down right here. This is going to be a pocket. I'm going to put a little thumb notch in it right now and ink it. Okay. And I'm going to be using my vintage paper. I used to use this all the time, and then for some reason it got real orange on me. I'm not sure why. So I changed to the walnut stain, which I really do like. But I did get a new, I got a one of those little things where you can renew your ink pad. So I got one for the vintage photo, and it really is helping it. All right. So we're going to just glue this down. And I don't have my paper cut out for my little pad yet, but that's a fairly easy thing to do. So I'm trying to line this up, and I'm going to glue this down right here. I'll put a little glue. I don't want to go over that fold, just up to it. So I'll put a little bit of glue there, and a little bit of glue here, all the way up, and a little bit of glue here. It would probably been better if I would have glued on this side, but oh well, what's done is done. Okay, so there we go. I may have to go in and add some more glue to this. So now we have it. We have our, the only part I have to cover is this. And I am going to use, see, I need a pocket for here. I could make a little pocket here out of this. So that'll be a pocket there. And then, I can go like this. I think I'll go like this. That's how the other one was. So pocket there. We'll put a pocket here. Here out of maybe this. Or this. I kind of like this. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys like this. These both are very easy to make. They can slip again into your journal pocket. They can be a paper clip to a page. You can glue them down. In one of my journals, I did glue it down, and I brought a piece of ribbon from the back and tied it together so they could open it like this. You can put it in a journal any way you want to. There's a number of ways that you can do. I'm not going to do it on camera because I am new at this and because I am not used to talking while I do things, and that's really making the process go slower, and I don't want you to have to watch all that. However, I will be happy if you want to see the whole process from beginning to end, the decorating and so forth. I would be happy to make a video and just do that. I do need to find a backing paper for this page. It's not quite white enough though. But this is a printable, so I can print out another page. Or I could back it with something else. I really could. I could back it with something like this. Maybe this part right here. You know, I think I'll do that. Let me just go ahead and do that. While I got you all here, and while the camera's turned on, and you can watch it to the end or not. That's entirely your prerogative. So I'm going to cut this at 4 inches. And it should be 6 inches tall. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put this down here. This needs to be trimmed just a smidgen. Just a little smidgen. I didn't get to see my granddaughter yesterday. I was very sad. We live in the same house. Which I'm very, very fortunate, believe me, and very, very thankful for, because I really get to enjoy this granddaughter. And I just thank the Lord every day for his blessings and for blessing her with my life. I think I said this in the first video, trying to tell a little bit about myself, but my husband passed away in early 2024, and Leah was born in December of 2024. So our year started on a very sad note for us. For my husband, he went to his heavenly home. But for us, a very sad note. Then kind of after a few months, my son-in-law and daughter had promised my husband, he knew how badly I always wanted to go to Ireland. I love to travel when I can. So we took a trip to Ireland. And then not too long after we got back, my daughter, she had been going through IVF. And not too long after we got back, she talked her doctor, her specialist, into doing a transfer of one of the embryos. He was hesitant to do it because he thought her chances were very low, but he said, let's try. They had 8 embryos altogether. And lo and behold, after all those years of wanting, she became pregnant. And Leah wasn't really due until the 3rd week in January. But she was born December 22nd. So she was born and blessed us, the Lord blessed us with this beautiful new life before the end of 2025. So as much as we miss my husband, this baby girl has filled our life with so much joy and joy every day. So my daughter and son-in-law, they're very happy and want her to spend time with me. My son-in-law was raised by his granny in Ireland, and he knows that that's important. So they make sure that I get to spend quality time with Leah whenever I want to or whenever it's possible. And believe me, I do take advantage of it. Even if she's fussy or just sleepy and wants to sleep, just holding her in my arms and letting her sleep is just a blessing. So I don't feel like I could ask for more. I don't think I could ask for anything more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little belly band for here. Maybe I won't do that because this is kind of sideways. But I do want to put something. I don't know if I have a big enough piece. Plus I want to put a pocket here. Well, I need to print out another piece of this because I want to put a pocket here. And I want to put a belly band here. And I'm going to trim this off. I'm going to put some pages in here for a little notebook. Okay, so now I'm going to get off. I'm more satisfied with that. Let me trim this off before I forget what I was going to do. Let me just trim this off. There we go. So I probably will put a little eyelet in there. When I come back in the next video, I will show you the finished product. I hope you like it. I hope you liked it. This was not meant to be a tutorial. Please, I'm not, I don't claim to be at that level where I can offer tutorials, but if you enjoyed this, I can make it again and make sure you have all the measurements. You could really make it any size you want to make it. I just chose this size because it'll fit nicely into a pocket. And it's not too big, too tall, or too bulky. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care of yourself. And God bless you. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.